The next step in the F-cube solve is we continue the reductive process with the rest of our corners. We now reduce these corners here, and in the case of the Scube, the Dino-Scube, we reduce the remaining corners as well. And the good news is this is pretty easy. So we have this corner and this corner with all of our reduced edges. Now bear in mind, I can do any number of dino moves. It's not going to destroy any of the corners or any of the centers. So what about this one? Well, does it matter what color is here? Remember here, when I got these two in, I had to look to see which was the proper corner. Well, in this case, it really doesn't matter because I can move these around. The centerpiece is kind of guiding me. So it doesn't matter if it's blue or if it's pink, and the answer is it really doesn't. Could be any one, which makes this a little easier than the Dino-Scube. So I'm going to want to put in the proper ones here. So where's the blue? Well, here's the blue, and because of all of my proper dino pieces are in, as long as I'm doing a dino move that is a dino cut of what I reduced, I'm not going to destroy anything. So I'm going to take this blue and I'm simply going to rotate it here. So these dino cuts, if I use this the dino centers that I reduced, won't cause any problems. All right, so where's another one? Anything else has to be Scube moves. Well, here's another blue. I can't do a dino move here. I'm going to destroy my reduced centers and reduced corners. So I have to actually use Scube moves to put it in. So when I do a dino move, as long as I do a Scube move to bring it back, so here's what I mean. I'm going to do a Scube move like so. And now I've got it lined up with the proper dino portion, and then I'm going to just dino this in. So if I do a Scube move just before that, I'll be fine. So this is good, and I didn't mess anything up. Now where's the other one? Now if you want, if you were doing it based on a certain perspective, you can always dino back what you just did, if you want. Anyway, the other blue, where's the other blue? Right over here. So I need to move this into here, and I'm going to do that by basically, I'd like it to end up in this dino position here, so I'm going to turn, do a Scube move, which puts it in line to do a proper dino turn, and then move it in here. Okay, so now this is fine. This is in, and it's in between these two. I'm going to come over to here now and put the pink one in. Does it have to be pink? Could be anything, but we'll make it pink. So we'll go ahead and put the pink ones in. Where do the pink ones come from? Now, I had a little bit more freedom of doing dino moves here, but now I'm going to be more restricted. So I have to make sure that I do dinos and Scubes. So this comes into here. Well, we're far away from this guy, so I can just dino this in, but it's going to obstruct this guy. It's going to knock this one out. So I'm going to Scube this around like so that I can put this into place. So then I put it into place over here. So now we're good. Why don't I Scube this over here to put this in line in case there's another one down here. But there isn't. Here's another pink. So let's put the pink one in line. This pink is going to have to end up here. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to destroy this blue, but if I were to Scube this here, I can then just dino this in. Bang. I've got this, this, and this. So when you look at it, this corner is reduced, this corner is reduced, this corner is reduced, and this corner is reduced, and all of my edges are still fine. Now I'm going to turn it upside down. I've got these corners here. Now I just have to coordinate these two over here. Now with this, I've got the red one. I've got two that are in here. And the white, I've got two that are in over here. Now remember, I had to do a lot of coordinating as to two are in and two are in, but among the two on the right side, two are properly oriented and two aren't, and then I had to, do some fancy footwork there. I don't have to do that with this. And the reason is because these colors are single. They're only one color. Don't let this fool you. This triangle is not attached to that. So all I've got to do is coordinate this white and this red. So I just have to turn them. So basically do Scubes and dinos. Anytime I do a Scube move, you're not taking any of your reduction out. So you're okay with that. So I'm just going to move this here so it's close to where this is over here. If I were to do a dino to move this in, I'm going to destroy the pink one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dino this, I'm going to move this in this place, then Scube this to bring this over here, and then move it back. So I'm going to dyno it in to place it in this slot. Scube this over here so I don't take anything out, and then dyno it back. What happened is that this is now in and all the rest are now in. Everything is now reduced, and because I did my scube and dyno switcheroo kind of a thing, these centers are now all reduced as well. So now what I'm going to do is, now that I have the centers here, half of my centers in, I've got all of my corners in, which is equivalent to all of these in, and half of my centers reduced. I'm now going to just do the same thing, reducing the last of the centers. Now, it would be helpful if these little corners could be correlated with the proper colors, but that's not going to be easy. Here, I just got lucky. This is all reduced, and these corners are all in. It's not going to be so easy to do that, so I'm not going to stress that. I got two pinks over here, so that's going to be impossible. Is there a white and pink center? Something that has white and pink on both sides? Well, here's a white and red. If I see it, yeah, here's a white and pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center with a white and pink and put that in, just because it might give me a little bit of an advantage. Okay, so this is going to come down to here. So if I move this in here, you can see this is all fine. So it is a little bit of an extra step, but it might be worth it. Yeah. Move this down, so I've got these guys matched up. Then bring this down to the center here. Replace it with this. Bring it back up, so it's a down, down, up, up. And move this back in to bring this back. Now we'll find what we just did, which is here. So now I'm just going to find the other blue and put it next to here, which will get the center completely solved. So find the other blue, which is right here. Move the blue in position. Right over here. Okay, so this is going to move to here. Put this to the side where these are all going to be engaged with each other. This one we don't want to move out of the way. This one, well, it's reduced, but we don't like the color scheme that's here. I'll just put this one in here. Turn this down, and then go down, down, up. They're all scube moves, and move this back up. Like so. Okay, so now we keep going. Blue, well, close enough. We have a green one over here. This one we don't want to move into. Nor this one, nor this one. So we really have ourselves down to the last three centers that we're going to coordinate with each other. So what I'm going to do, without paying attention to the middle areas here, put this over here, and this will get all of them in place. This green will come down to here, then this is going to cycle to here, and this is going to come down here and move over to here. So this red is going to be here to match with this red. So this, now that I have just three left, I can put it all in. So move this down to match up to here, and then go down, down, up, and then bring it up. So now we have all of our centers reduced. Some of them have all of these center triangles reduced. Some of them have one, but have two, but not others, and some of them might not have too many at all. So what I can do now to finish my reduction is I'm going to do my algorithms to put these in. So over here we have a red that can come over to here. This white needs to find a home with another white. So let's find two whites on either side. Right over here. So turn this like so. And keep turning it around until we plop it in. So this is a match made in heaven, because this can come here, this can come here, this can come here. We're going to reduce three in one fell swoop. And this is going to be a clockwise rotation, which means I'm going to be doing a U instead of UI. So this is the right-sided version. R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. The one and only algorithm that you're going to need, and it automatically puts everything back, so these are good. This, this, and this. So what else? So you can see the true corner piece coming out with this. So what else needs to be reduced? Well, there's this. Here's a pink. Do we have an errant pink one here? So there's a bunch of ones. Actually, this one might work a little bit better. This blue can go to this red. This red needs to go to another red area. Now there's one over here. Let's turn this upside down so we can bring it over here. So do we like this? Well, we won't get 3 in, but at least we'll get 2. This blue will come to here, this red will come to here, putting a pink one over here. So we're going to do once again a clockwise rotation, making us do U moves. So this is going to be R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. As promised, these are in. Now we just have a pink and red. Here's another pink and red over here. So what I need to do is this needs to be separated from here, because I'm not going to be able to put this in this spot unless I destroy my reduction, which I can do temporarily. But what I'm going to do to make it a little less confusing is let's take this pink and take this red. I'm going to move this to here. I'm going to move this to another pink. Turn, just move this upside down here. Turn and turn. So this will move here and be in. This will move here and be out. This will move here and be in. So I'm just sort of substituting, and you're just going to see why I'm going to do that. So what I want to do is another clockwise rotation. So R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, so I separated this pink from here, and now I'm going to move this right next to it. Turn, turn, and turn. Okay, I really just have to flip-flop these two, but I don't have to. I can use a third one here and do a 3 cycle. So this pink to go to here, this red to go to here, to substitute this red and this red to go to here. So what this is going to mean is this is going to be a nice little counterclockwise rotation. So I'm going to do the left-sided permutation of Li, Ui, L, Ui, Li, Ui, L, Ui, and we got it. These all got back, and these are fully reduced. So we have a fully reduced puzzle. I've now converted this from Dayan 4 to Dayan 5, and from Dayan 5 I've now reduced it to a cube, well, a super cube, with these as the centers and these as the corners. I've reduced all of my corners and all of my centers, and all pieces are accounted for. Corner, corner, corner. Don't think of this as a whole face, really, because these are all derivative of other things. So, starting off with, the green. With the green, just like with the Dayan 5, we're going to look for the silver and, well, actually we don't even have to do that. What I'm going to do is put the red one in. It's generally not far behind. Bang, red one. Now I'm going to put the silver one here. Where's the silver? It's right over here. So I'm going to move this out and move the silver one in. Silver's in. Next, blue. Where's my blue? Here's my blue. Move it in. Blue's here. Yellow. Bang. So this is the simplest part of the solve. So this is my center. These are my corners. Corners in, centers in. And just like with a cube, I basically have, in essence, this, where these are the corners and these are the corners. These had 3 colors. This just has 1 color. So now that I have this center, turn it upside down, turn this upside down, and I've got to put these centers in. So where does this go? Well, I'm looking for a green and gray, red and white. I can look at it from that standpoint too. Remember, keep orienting the green or whichever color you want on the bottom. Here's a gray and here's a green. So basically what that tells me is this is going to slide into here. This gray will match to here, this green will match to here. So I'm just going to put this in. Remember where our down, down, up, up is. These are the centers like these two. So this is going to be the down, down, up, up, that kind of thing. Where this corner turns, and this corner turns. So too, when you flip these two, it's going to be this corner, and remember these are skewed moves from now on, and this corner. So this is all skewed moves. So I'm going to go down, down, up, up. Okay, so we're good. Now I do the one that's directly opposite that, which is going to be the one that matches with yellow and orange. And that happens to be the red, yellow and orange. So now I'm going to move this into here. Now if I do that, it's going to be upside down, so I have to do it twice. I'm going to move it in, then I have to move it up and down again in order to switch that. So down, down, up, up. As promised, it's in, and as promised, it's upside down, so just do it again. Down, down, up, up, and move it down again. Down, down, up, and up. Okay, so this is now in coordinated fine. Opposite, this is in coordinated fine. So we have this center, and this center. Well, what goes where? Well, this here with the pink and red, this pink and red goes down to here. Now understand, when I put this in, it's going to flip-flop these two, but that's okay because it's going to be taken back when I put this one over here. So we've got down, down, up, and up. So this is in. And now I have but to turn this in, where this is going to come down here, and all should be right with the world. Now, when I flip these back, they're going to be backwards. We're going to have to deal with that. There's a way of doing that. So we have down, down, up, and up. Okay? And it just so happened that the puzzle solved. So this was the easiest of situations because you didn't have any parity. But you do have the potential for parity, much like you had with this and with this. And it's fixed, well, I guess with this guy too, and it's fixed exactly the same way. And that parity is going to look a little something like this. Right here. So taking a look at what we've got, you see that here's our bottom center. This is okay. You can see it's lined up with these corners. This is okay. It's lined up with these corners. This is okay. So we've got 3. This isn't okay. This belongs on the top. We've got the yellow one here, which has the blue, gray, white, and orange. Well, here's a blue and white over here. So this needs to come down to here, and this needs to come down to here. So it's just it's a 2 swap, which we can't have. I mean, it's a single swap of 2, which we can't have. So to get out of this parity, you've seen me do this with these other puzzles here. But just to go through it again, in this particular one, if you're just picking this one up, the whole key is I can't flip these without flipping something else. And what I'm actually going to flip is I'm going to flip these two over here. Now, it's going to cause some issues with these triangles, but you don't have to think about flipping triangles also. You can think about them as exchanging with any one of these over here. So in order to flip that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this out of its reduction just for a bit so I can flip it around. So I'm going to take, say, the top one here. Remember, it's the yellow one, and I'm going to do an exchange between these two. So I'm going to be exchanging amongst these 3 areas. But this is going to come down. This center is going to come down here. Then I'm going to do my down, down, up, and then bring it on back. So I've basically taken my yellow one out. What I'm going to now do is I'm going to take the other yellow one that I just put out and coordinate it to where I'm going to put it, I'm going to basically swap the 2. So I'm going to move this not here, I'm going to move it over here. Once I've done that, I'm placing this right below the other yellow center. And when done right, this is going to be the proper place, the proper center just to the side, so that this will shift with it. Now I'm going to substitute this down to here. I'm going to move this down to here. And be careful, because this center, where you're going to have this coming up to here, make sure that it's not the proper color to reduce this down, because you don't want to put you don't want to put 1 in and still have 2 out. You still want to have 3 out. So when I put these all in, this is going to come down here. This will come over to here, but the blue one is going to be here to come up and match with this red. That's what I want. 3 still with 3 out. So take this, do a dyno cut down here, and then do your down, down, up, and dyno it back. Now, remember it was the yellow that we got out, so we have 3 centers that are now out. And now remember to put the yellow back in now, because we've swapped the 2. Find the other yellow, wherever it may be, which is right here, and in one move, put it where it's supposed to be. Find that one move right over here. If you found the right one move, then putting it back in, it should be fairly easy to place the other center that's out up to here. So now we have this in the proper coordination here. And notice the blue is where it's supposed to be, because this blue is going to end up here, which is going to end up here. So this will put it back in. So we just do our dyno move down here, exchange it with this center here, going down, down, up, and now we move this back in, like so. So now we've taken the parity out, but bear in mind, there's a little price that we paid. We ended up swapping some of these guys. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to basically get these triangles back. Okay. So we have all these back. Now we have a completely reduced, parity-free SuperScube. Now, like I say, what I'm not trying to do is I'm not trying to design an algorithm that quickly swaps the right thing without moving anything else around. I do actually have an algorithm that'll do that, but again, it was too cumbersome, not something worth teaching, not something worth demonstrating. I'd much rather just reposition and then do a quick cube solve. It's not really difficult doing the cube solve with this, because orientation doesn't really matter too much. So this is in here, put the red one in, and you can see how quickly it comes together. So this is all fine. Turn it upside down. This is at the proper place on the top, but let's go ahead and move one of these up. I've got the red one here, so let's move the orange one up and move it in the proper place. So we're going to go down, down, up, up. Orange one is going to come down to here, but you can see it's going to be put in upside down, so I got to do it twice. Down, down, up, up. Move it back up again, down, down, up, up, and now I can move it into the proper place. Silver to silver. Down, down, up, up. It's probably confusing the way I keep calling silver gray and gray silver sometimes. Same color to me. Anyway, now this red is going to come down to here. This will be properly placed. Down, down, up, up. Okay, now we should see that all of these 3 are out, which is good. So let's put the white one, it means no parity. So this with a blue and white comes over here, which means this with a pink and red comes down here. It's going to be upside down, so we're going to do it twice. Down, down, up, up. All right, now let's bring it up and down again. Well, actually, it's not upside down. I was incorrect. So this is here. Now I'm going to come over to here and flip these 2. This is going to be here. It's going to be upside down, so we have to do it twice, which actually, I think, suits us. Down, down, up, up. All right, you can see it's upside down as promised, so we'll go ahead and swing it up and bring it back down. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Okay, now doing all of that down, down, up, up did rotate these. They're where they need to be, they're just rotated. The way to get out of this is we're going to go down, down, up, up, which will rotate this back. It's going to rotate these out, but that's okay, because we'll rotate it back when we put this one in. So let's go ahead and move this down and up again. So we have down, down, up, up, and now we can put this in the proper place. Down, down, up, up. See, that's the only commutator you need to know. So this is in, these got rotated, but it's about to be rotated back when I move this one back. So down, down, up, up. And now we rotate this back into here. We put this back into here, which should swing these back around in the proper configuration. Down, down, up, up, and it's done. Your Dayan 4 has been completely conquered, and you have done the closest proximity to a Dinos cube as you're going to get. You can probably modify this into a Dinos cube, but that's the methodology that's used for this particular corner cutter puzzle, Dayan Gem 4. And so we bid farewell to this fascinating class of corner turning puzzles. In life, what grabs our attention the most and what we wish to solve first is that which looks at us right in the face, facing us head on. Occasionally, there are those dilemmas in life that edge their way into our attention. But sometimes, perhaps only every so often, the things that become the most intriguing to us are those conundrums and puzzles that exist off to the side, right at the corner of our eyes. When mastering those more obscure and peripheral challenges in life, you'll be able to correlate those solutions to other puzzles that at first glance seem novel, unique, and unseen in any previous puzzle. With this knowledge, you'll realize that in life, the fastest way to save time is to cut corners. Thanks for watching.